Hi guys, it's Nicole. Before I say anything, I want to acknowledge the fact that I know I look like I just came out of an 80s workout video. It's my new aesthetic. I gained a really decent amount of subscribers for my last video. Welcome. So I thought it would be fun to do a little get to know me, 50 facts about me. Not sure why you'd want to hear any of this, but okay. I am 5'2". I have two brothers. One of them is 20 and the other one is 9 years old. If you follow me on Twitter, you probably know everything about my 9-year-old brother.
Make sure to follow me on Twitter so you can get notified every time my little brother tells me I will suffer.
I am terrified of people that walk past me with their hands in their pockets. And that goes for any age, any gender, just if your hands are in your pockets, I am scared of you. I automatically assume you're going to pull out a knife and stab me. I'm genuinely afraid that I'm gonna die from a stabbing, so if someone's hands are in their pockets, I will vacate the premises. No, we're not about to do this. You have to take your hands out of your pockets. I just assume everyone carries a pocket knife with them and they're out to get me.
I think the worst thing about me talking about this is that if I ever actually am stabbed to death, they're going to play this clip on the news of me predicting it.
I have a really big fear of throwing up to the point that I physically can't throw up. Or I can, but my body really rejects it. I will be heaving and heaving, but I just can't physically do it. Nothing ever happens when I'm nauseous. I will die rolling around on the floor with a trash can near me, but nothing ever happens because I'm so scared of the actual throw up coming out. And this started in 3rd grade because I got a really bad flu. One of the teachers at my school threw up on me and my shoes.
This is what they looked like. I had gotten them a few days before at Payless. Not sure how I was able to get over such a tragic loss because they're so cute. Ha ha ha, just kidding.
This is my stuffed dog, Tracker. I got him, I think, when I was 9 months old. I cannot sleep without him. He is my most prized possession. The way that my lower jaw aligns with my upper jaw, when you look at a regular person's teeth, I'm not a regular person, but just in general, if you look at someone's teeth, their top teeth, the line that splits them, aligns with their two front teeth in the bottom. I don't have that. One of my bottom teeth is in the middle of my two front teeth. And I don't know how that happened because it didn't used to be that way. When I was 4, my dad was washing my hands and he had to roll up my sleeves. And when he rolled my sleeves back down, my arm came out of socket. I love the combination of Chipotle and orange juice, especially if I'm eating day-old Chipotle at room temperature for breakfast. I recycle everything. And when I say everything, I mean if I have a little crumb of paper, a small little scrap of paper, I will walk over to the recycling bin, gently place it down, and return to where I was. I have to recycle everything. I consider myself to have a decently expansive vocabulary, but I can't pronounce anything. My roommate has a going list of words that I haven't been able to pronounce that she adds to every time I say something wrong. For example, obgyn, adjacent. I am really bad at first impressions. And I think the thing is with me, when someone first meets me, you either really like me or really dislike me. But I don't really think there's ever an in-between. I'd like to say that in most cases I grow on people. I think I'm just a little much at first. I never really considered myself really into conspiracy theories. But this week I started doing a ton of research into Pizzagate, and that led to New World Order, which led to the Illuminati, and now my entire brain is I was actually so engrossed in reading about Pizzagate that I skipped one of my classes. I was just sitting there reading it. I was oh, I should go now, and I didn't go. On that same topic, I really love psychological thrillers, not things that are genuinely scary, horror movies. I cannot watch a horror movie, but if it's something that just fucks with your mind, I love it. The movie Split, I cried. When I get really excited about things, my eyes water, and it's not tears of joy, my eyes just water. If I'm genuinely excited about something, you'll know because I look like I'm about to start crying. When I was little, I didn't know anything about how people get pregnant, and I thought that when your stomach rumbled, that was God saying, hey, you're pregnant. So every time my stomach rumbled, I was like, oh, my child. I can't wear rings. I love how rings look. I think they're so cute on other people. I wish I could wear them. But at the moment, I cannot bring myself to wear rings because it just feels so weird having that sensation on like one finger but not on all the others. I don't look as good on camera as I do in person, so I cake it up a little bit. I only wear fake lashes when I'm actually filming videos, or if I have like a really important event to go to, but day to day, I don't really do that. My freshman year of high school, I burnt the tip of my right ring finger off with an industrial glue gun. I like Kanye, Big Sean, just rap in general, any trap music as well because I'm DMV AF. But since I was like emo in middle school, I'm also like really into Fall Out Boy and I still listen to them all the time. No matter how much I sleep, I am always tired. I am always ready to take a nap. I can sleep, I think probably like 15 hours in a day. Not at once, but I'll maybe sleep, 10, 11 hours at night and then I'll take 2 naps and I'm perfectly fine. And I easily go to bed for the next night. Like I'm just a very tired, unmotivated person. I'm an art major. I'm going into graphic design, but I can't say I'm a graphic design major until my junior year because that's when you actually declare it. I am the worst one in all of my art classes. I cannot draw unless I'm looking directly at an object, but if I have to think of something, if it requires me, imagining something in my head, it does not work.
For example, here is a carousel and a Ferris wheel, and this is a baseball player.
My freshman year of high school, I made a computer game called Date Drake, and the premise of this game was that you could go on a date with Drake, and if it went well, you guys would like fall in love and he'd be like really into you. And if it didn't, he'd get run over and you'd have to wait for him at the hospital, and then he emerges as Jimmy from Degrassi. My favorite holiday is 4th of July, but there's no reason for that. I'm not like a super patriotic person. I like the color scheme of red, white, and blue. That always makes me happy. I associate 4th of July with my mom making sugar cookies. I like fireworks. I like when it's warm out. Every single 4th of July, like I'm always so excited for 4th of July, and then it happens and I'm like, oh, it's the same every year. Nothing ever actually like occurs besides me walking out of my house, like watching fireworks, going back inside, I smell like mosquito repellent and I'm wearing like red. The same thing every year. I will be 19 next week. I still don't have my driver's license. Not only do I not have my driver's license, I got my permit when I was 17 years old. If I don't get my license by July, my permit will expire and I will have to redo the permit test and I think wait another 9 months before I can get my license. When I was younger, there was this website called Stardoll, and it's still up and I still go on it sometimes, honestly. It was like a dress-up doll website and I was obsessed with it. And I think I counted my account's transaction history one time between like birthdays and Christmas and people just like giving me gifts because they knew that that's what I wanted. I cashed in, I think, a little bit over $500 of Stardoll gift cards, but I spent my entire time on Stardoll. Actually, and Webkins and Build-A-Bearville. I put my Snapchat at the end of my videos, but I don't, like, use Snapchat. There's a pretty good chance I'm gonna open it and not reply just because I'm never, like, Snapchat ready. I only use Snapchat, really, to post to my Snapchat story. I don't even really watch anyone else's Snapchat story, or like on the very rare occasion I'll pick out like a few people like, hey, I haven't heard from this person in a while, let me see what they're up to. But like I don't like Snapchat. I like the filters. I like posting to my story so other people can see what I'm up to. But other than that, like I don't use it for the intended purpose. Michael Jackson was my very first crush. I was absolutely in love with him. Mid to late Michael Jackson, not young Michael Jackson. We're talking anywhere from Thriller onward. That was the Michael Jackson that I was in love with. I am a huge dog person, but I specifically love Pomeranians. People have actually told me that I myself look like a Pomeranian, so I think that means like I have to get one because people normally look like their dogs. I didn't have my first kiss until I was 17 and a half. It was with my first boyfriend's, my ex-boyfriend, Josh, who I mentioned in the "he cheated on me" video. And the way that it happened was that we were at a party and the cops came, and then he ended up like leaving the house, but I stayed there and everyone was hiding and I had to like figure out where everyone was, and I was like, what just... Josh ended up coming back, but he was like soaking wet because it was torrentially raining that night. And then his friend gave him like swim trunks. He was very damp because he had been out in the rain. It was a funny scenario. The end result of my makeup always ends up looking pretty decent, and everyone's like, do a makeup tutorial, like you're so good at it. But the way that I do it is so weird that I know if I ever did a tutorial, I would be so roasted for it. Like, I don't do anything properly, it just ends up looking okay. But the techniques I use are terrible. I am extremely clumsy. Like, I trip really often, or I fall really often, and all of the tips of my shoes are extremely scuffed because I'm constantly like tripping or falling over or dropping things or just not being able to move myself like a normal human being would maneuver. I physically cannot bring myself to wear sunglasses. I hate seeing the world in a different color than it is. Like, even looking out through like tinted car windows, that bothers me so much. Like, I need to see it in the exact color that it's supposed to be. I don't want to see the world in sepia. My torso to leg proportion is extremely off. If you've seen me in person, you would know this. I have incredibly stubby legs in comparison to my torso. Nothing gets me more excited than mugs. Like, I love mugs. I collect mugs. That's like the best gift anyone could ever give me, is a mug. I spend my entire life living in the past to the point where I still think about embarrassing things that happened to me in 2nd grade. I can't let any embarrassing thing that's happened to me go, which is why I feel like I have to constantly talk about it, because I feel like if I own up to it and I let people know like I'm a very embarrassing person, like please don't expect much from me, it's more normal than if you think like, oh, she's gonna be really cool and like calm, chill, collect, and then I'm not. Because I'm not. The taste of coffee makes my stomach hurt. And it's not just like caffeine makes my stomach hurt, because it doesn't, but there's something about the flavor of coffee that, like, if I have coffee flavored ice cream or if I have iced coffee or anything like that, my stomach immediately starts hurting. Like, it makes me feel so gross. There is nothing I hate more than chalk. Like, picking up chalk, drawing with chalk, going to the chalkboard and writing something with chalk. It gives me full body chills. Like, the feeling is so gross. Normally it's people like the nails on a chalkboard that bothers them, but no, like the texture of chalk. Just like, my last name is pronounced Sauls. To me, that's very normal, seeing it and just saying, oh, Nicole Sauls. However, a lot of people can't figure it out because I guess it looks like it would be pronounced in an odd way. They say like Sauls or Sauls. It's pronounced Sauls. I mildly play guitar in that if I want to play a song and I see like the chords for it, I can do chords. I can kind of read tabs. It depends on how difficult the tab is. Like, I'm not gonna be like, but I can be like, I love going to Nordstrom. Not particularly because I have the money to really buy anything or that I'm going to buy anything, but I love the atmosphere of it. I will come up with any excuse to go to Nordstrom. Like, I just love being there. My voice changes depending on who I'm talking to. It's not something that I've noticed myself, but I've heard from a lot of people that this happens. I love freshly vacuumed carpets. Not like clean carpets, but carpets where you can see the vacuum marks in them because it's like that freshly vacuumed. There's just something about that that's like so pleasing to me, like knowing it's a very clean carpet. I have a phobia of strawberries. The smell of strawberries, especially artificial strawberry smell, makes me gag. Like, I start to dry heave if I'm around it. I actually one time had to take an anti-nausea medicine, but the anti-nausea medicine tasted kind of like strawberries to me, and that caused me to start dry heaving because strawberries make me so nauseous. I mentioned this before in another video when I was going through my old Facebook statuses, but in 3rd grade I did staple my thumbs together like this. I was messing with the stapler and I'm not good at things, and somehow the skin was overlapping and it just kind of went right through. The thing is, my teacher helped me pull the staple out, and then I went back to go staple this paper again, and it happened one more time. So I stapled my thumbs together twice within, I want to say, like a 5-minute window. When I was younger, I was so pressed to be on Kids Bop because they had this Kids Bop website and it was like YouTube but just for singing, and everyone would upload their like singing videos and I would lose my shit over Kids Bop. Like I wanted to be a Kids Bop star so bad. I would beg my mom to let me upload a video and she never would, and like bless her for that. That would have been horrific. But I wanted to be on Kids Bop so bad, and I thought all these other little kids were so talented, and I was like, that could be me. Like, I could be in that Kids Bop music video. For the most part, I don't think shows with laugh tracks are funny. I've never laughed at Friends. I've never laughed at Big Bang Theory. Like, I can't even watch them. They're so cringy to me. There's just something that I so deeply hate about shows with laugh tracks like that. I get sick all the time, like head colds, blowing my nose. I want to say maybe like 4 to 5 times a year, which doesn't sound like that much, I guess, but in comparison to everyone else who never gets sick, I think I just have a very weak immune system. I just don't do well out in the world. I love GameCube Paper Mario. Like, that is my all-time favorite video game. I will ask my older brother to go and play it because I like watching him play it. Like, the storyline is so good. They put so much thought into this game, and it's such a good game. Like, they did such a good job. Like, I love it so much. I look exactly like my mom. I love Ferris wheels. I think Ferris wheels are so fun, but every single time I get to the top of the Ferris wheel, I start crying because I'm so scared of heights. Like, I love the idea of, you know, whoa, look at that view, but I get so terrified, and I always forget how scared I am of heights until I'm on the Ferris wheel and at the top. One time I was on a Ferris wheel with my dad, and when we got to the very top, he started shaking it. I've had a love-hate relationship with Ferris wheels ever since. So that was 50 facts about me. Now you know me so much better. We're tight. We're homies now. Like, we're best friends. Now you can like subscribe. If you learned something about me that you really didn't want to know or care to know, like this video, share, comment, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.
Round your city, round the clock. Everybody needs you. No, you can't make everybody equal.